So I wanted to ask something about you tweeted today. Isn't it true that obeying the commands of Allah Ta'ala without asking any questions is an indication of strong iman? Didn't Sahaba? Yes, of course, and that's what I said. So if you if I actually read what I said, that's why I wrote it very carefully. What I said. So let me just read out what I said. Yeah. So I said, Ya Allah. Look, this is what I said. I said, some people prefer to follow Islamic rulings and practice without understanding the why. Others, on the other hand, will be satisfied only when they understand why. So remember I said Islamic rulings, which indicates towards ijtihad, fiqh, yeah, rulings that both are valid so long as we ultimately submit to Allah and accept the Messenger's ruling. So if we know that Allah has said this, the Prophet ﷺ has said this, then that is fine. Yeah, like as long as our knowledge reaches that Allah has said this. Now, the thing is that Allah in the Quran also says about people, like Allah says, you know, I've done this لَعَلَّكُمْ, so that you may, so that you may. So why in the Quran would Allah mention the reason for things if knowing the reason wasn't necessary? That's the first thing. And the other thing is سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. This is when you ultimately know this is what Allah intends. You have to obey. سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا does not mean that we hear without thinking and we just obey. Doesn't mean that. It means that once we know that Allah has said this and this is what Allah intends by it, we have to obey. Did they ever try to understand the wisdom? Of course they did. Sahaba always asked the Prophet ﷺ, many occasions, not always, but in many occasions they asked the Prophet ﷺ, why did this happen for? Why is this? Yeah. Like for example, Salama radiallahu, when she asked about why is it in the Quran that Allah, mentions about men in the Quran, that the rulings are centered around men.